Welcome back as we continue to take a look at Peni Parker's character from Marvel Comics. We've already taken a look at her first comic solo issue. We've done that already, so go check that out and then come back to this video because today we're going to be looking at her second solo comic book issue. This one is from the Edge of Spider-Geddon 2018. It's issue 2. So let's get recapping. Let's go. Peni Parker's day starts like any other, finishing up class when she's approached by a fellow student, Addy Brock. Addy wastes no time diving into pointed questions, asking about rumors swirling around the school. She even goes as far as directly asking Peni if she's the pilot of the SPDR suit. Addy notes Penny's connection with Daredevil, a not-so-subtle jab at Penny's lack of subtlety. Caught off guard, Peni denies everything and tries to end the conversation. But Addy isn't giving up that easily. She follows Peni through the school, her tone growing more frustrated. Addy cryptically mentions that others are capable of doing what Peni does and that they could have made a great team together. But Addy quickly realizes that Peni has no idea what she's talking about, hinting at secrets and layers of knowledge that Peni is unaware of. Once home, Peni overhears a tense conversation between Aunt May and Uncle Ben about the sim engine. The UN wants it operational within a month, but it's dangerous. So dangerous that Uncle Ben insists he must oversee its implementation himself. When Peni asks about it, her guardians brush off her concerns and shift the focus, observing her irritation. They remind her that being the sole pilot of SPDR makes her unique. However, they assure her that it's not just about her. The bigger goal is creating a system where the burden of protecting the city isn't hers alone. Frustrated by what she perceives as empty platitudes, Peni accuses them of simply reciting a mission briefing instead of telling her the truth. Aunt May and Uncle Ben try to calm her, blaming Oscorp's strict classification protocols. Angrily, Peni storms off to her room, drowning her thoughts in music. Later on, whilst working with Aunt May in the lab on her new web trap modifications for SPDR, Peni notices Addy Brock lurking nearby. Suspicious, Peni secretly follows Addy into another lab and stumbles upon a shocking sight. A new suit, similar to SPDR, equipped with the sim engine. She overhears Addy and Uncle Ben discussing the Venom suit. The sim engine creates a psychogenic link to the pilot's brain, and Addy is its chosen operator. Uncle Ben sternly reminds Addy that if SPDR fails, the Venom suit must step in. Enraged by this revelation, Peni storms off to prepare for an incoming threat, a kaiju-like entity called Morbius. This creature drains energy from the city, feeding off electricity and absorbing data to weaponize it. Aunt May warns Peni not to destroy the kaiju since Oscorp wants it intact for study. But Uncle Ben observes that Peni's increasingly cocky attitude could be a liability. As the battle rages, Morbius ensnares SPDR with its energy-draining tendrils. Out of power and overwhelmed, backup is called, and Uncle Ben sends Addy in the Venom suit. Venom's agility and brute force are impressive, but things take a dark turn when Addy yells that the suit isn't responding to her commands. Venom, now fully autonomous, defies orders and kills Morbius. Inside the suit, Addy hears Venom's voice for the first time, chillingly informing her that it's been in control all along. Back at the lab, chaos ensues. Aunt May and Uncle Ben argue about how to handle the situation. Communication with Venom is lost and the sim engine risks catastrophic overload. With no other options, Aunt May is lowered via helicopter onto the rampaging Venom suit. Inside, she finds Addy trapped in a horrifying mess of wires and cables, begging for help. Addy reveals that Venom has invaded her mind, leaving her powerless. Aunt May struggles to understand the situation, accusing Uncle Ben of failing to address the sim engine's flaws after a prior incident. Her cryptic remark, "How could you? After what happened to," hints at a deeper tragedy. Meanwhile, SPDR regains 5 minutes of power. Peni races to stop Venom and rescue Aunt May and Addy. But Venom is faster, stronger, and armed with more advanced weapons. As Peni pleads with Addy to fight back, Venom coldly declares, "Addy is no longer. May is no longer. We are Venom." In a desperate move, Peni uses her newly installed web traps to restrain Venom long enough to tear off its head. But when she looks inside, she finds no one. Addy and May have vanished. How is that even possible? Later on, Peni and Uncle Ben share a quiet moment in her room. Uncle Ben tries to apologize, admitting he hasn't been the best father figure. Aunt May was always pushing him to take on more of that responsibility. He confesses that every time he sees Peni, he's reminded of her father, and hence his own past failures. Their moment is interrupted by a sudden portal opening up. Out steps Spider-Ham, summoning Peni to join the Spider Army. Despite her lingering doubts and unresolved anger, Peni prepares to leave. Uncle Ben encourages her to go, staying behind as she steps into the unknown. As the portal closes, we see Uncle Ben, completely alone with the weight of the day's events heavy on his shoulders. If you've enjoyed this video, like, comment, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. But for the meantime, peace, peace, peace.